We're the Phat Peeps.
Hey, peeps.
Ooh.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phat Peeps podcast, episode number 36. This is normally a podcast where we, the Phat Peeps, gather around to talk about gaming and movies and other things in nerd culture. But today, we're going to do what we normally will call a Chillcast, where instead of talking about topics related to media or directly related to news and stuff like that, we just kind of hang out and chill and talk about random stuff.
Woo.
Wow.
So
Super chill.
So chill.
Moist.
before we get started, let me introduce my co-hosts with me today.
Oh.
We have PJ.
Hello,
Oh, wow. Hello,
everybody.
PJ.
We got Garrick.
Oh, hello, me.
We got cameraman John.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, John.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And our special, somewhat reoccurring guest, Sarah.
Hi.
Sawa, hello.
Hello.
So before we get into it, we always start the podcast with the icebreaker question of the day,
Oh.
What's that? What's that, Joey?
which, funny enough, when we do like a chill cast, the icebreaker question of the day, like they're all kind of icebreaker questions in a weird way.
Interesting.
That's true.
Yes.
So
Very true.
normally our icebreaker on Chillcast are a little bit more directly tied to a video game or like movie thing. But here, we got a little bit more of a discussion, right?
Oh. I
Tell me
like
more.
it.
Tell me more.
Go on.
What is the scene in a game, movie, or other source of media or real life event, anything that scared you so badly that you remembered the event to this day?
Oh,
So I
great
feel like-
question, Joey.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like that remembering the event to this day, I feel like is more of a thing that you recall
Yeah.
consistently.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
I
I was
don't-
Like
thinking.
anybody can like bring up a memory.
That's what I
but
was
Yeah,
thinking
I don't-
when
that you-
came up with the question. I was just like, because like if you went back and watched it now, it probably wouldn't bother you as bad as an adult.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's what I was confused. The question sounded
Oh
like, it
yeah,
was like
no, it wasn't.
that
supposed to
you're
be
still
something like-
scared.
Yeah, it doesn't
okay.
torment me
Yeah.
It's just like you
'Cause
think
nothing I
back to
saw
that
as a
like
kid,
it
like, oh, that
did
freaked
when
me
I
out.
was young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a good example of that is like It for me is like that freaked me out as a kid, but looking back, I'm
Yeah.
like that's hilarious. Like the scenes in It do not
Yeah,
like age
it's
well, and it's so
fun.
funny.
The older it.
Well, not the new one. The older.
Oh,
yeah,
the
Yeah, I was
old
about to say
one,
the
mini
newer one
series.
kind of like gears towards being freaky, doesn't it?
The new one, it gives me the giggles.
I'm sure it has some
But
moments
yeah.
where it was supposed to be like memey. Like the
The part two wasn't as scary, quote unquote scary. It felt like a comedy with just a clown that was trying to kill people.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
yeah, go. Who wants to answer the actual question?
Wait, so that's not your answer?
No, that wasn't.
Oh, awkward.
I guess since I thought of the question, I'll go
Because
first.
I'm going with still with the spirit of what I thought the original question was. But go
Oh,
ahead.
that's fine. Mine is I don't know the name of the movie, and I did not take the time to research it because I don't really give a shit that much. But it was a movie that my mom was watching on Lifetime when I was a kid, and
Oh.
the plot of the movie
Lifetime.
was a girl that had an abusive boyfriend that progressively got worse, and then she broke up with him, and so he got like his gangster friends together, and like started attacking her house basically and tormenting the family. And there was one scene where the dog went outside to go to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just normal. I'm like, oh, when is this gonna get bad? And then all of a sudden, like, you hear the car screech up and stuff like that, and then they're freaking out. They're like calling the dog inside, and then you see the dog pop its head through the little doggy door, and you're like, oh, thank God it got back in. And then the dog head just rolls into the house. Like, they
Oh,
cut
no.
the dog's head off.
Oh.
And
Wait, this is a Lifetime movie?
it was a
awkward.
Lifetime movie. That's what I was thinking
Interesting.
too. So it was like the freakiest thing ever for me because I was like, shit, that's fucked up, and I don't like animal abuse, and like I imagined one of our dogs had going through that situation. I'm like, and then the thief pops his head through the window or the little doggy door afterwards and starts cracking up and like breaking into the door, and it's just like. Thinking back on that now, I wish that someone had thrown a knife at his head or something like that. But like, yeah, that one still sticks with me to this day, and it still creeps me out to this day because like a beheaded dog is just horrifying.
Dang.
Yeah,
Wow.
What movie is this? What the heck?
I don't know.
Lifetime
I
movie?
just know it's a Lifetime movie because I remember specifically seeing the Lifetime logo at the bottom of the screen. My mom used to watch a shit ton of Lifetime
Lifetime.
movies. There was another one.
Wait, aren't Lifetime movies supposed to be like kind of campy, like
No,
feel-good
Yeah.
there's horror
kind of
ones
real-
too.
Oh, and
What?
drama?
There's horror ones too. There's another one about a
There
little girl
used
that
to
was
be.
that was like a
Lifetime
foster
horror
child
movies.
or
Oh,
something
okay.
like that, and she would go from home to home, and they were like, what, because there would be like unfortunate
Oh, wow.
accidents with the family
the
she got
orphan.
into.
Are you talking about the movie The Orphan?
I don't know if that was it. I thought it was, I'm pretty sure it was just Lifetime specific, but the little girl was basically murdering the families or like indirectly murdering them, like setting things on fire and then locking a door or like setting up traps for the
Sounds like The Orphan.
it could have been, but I'm pretty sure it was a Lifetime original. And it's just she was doing like fucked up things, and then the like foster family they're basing the movie around in the actual movie plot line finds out she's actually doing that stuff.
Oh wow.
So
Huh.
yeah,
Hmm.
but that was an old one too. No, Lifetime
I
definitely has some
learn?
fucked
Could I
up
learn?
movies.
Wow.
Interesting. I got okay. So Lifetime was originally a programming feature geared towards women. So I guess it doesn't have to be
Kind of
all.
like the Hallmark Channel today.
Yeah. That's what. Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking Hallmark.
Yeah,
That's where I got
Hallmark's
confused.
feel
Got
good
it.
movies and stuff like that. No, it's definitely different.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
How about you,
Okay,
Git?
who wants to go next?
You guys ever seen the movie Sleepy Hollow?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
It's
which
been a
one?
long
Which
time.
version?
I don't recall.
I think the one that came out around 2000.
2000.
I think
I
I
don't
saw
think I
that
saw the
one.
2000 one.
I haven't seen it. I saw the Disney one, but there was scenes from that, like the trailers that creeped me out.
Oh, the Johnny Depp one.
Sure.
Tim
I don't
Burton's.
remember it really. I just remember there being a scene in it that involved a Iron Maiden.
Oh,
that sounds
I think that was.
horrifying.
I think that was
Yeah.
the Johnny Depp one. Nice.
Not into that.
What?
Not
So
at all.
what was the scene like besides just?
I don't
Iron
remember.
Maiden?
I just remember it was just somebody getting clothes in an Iron Maiden, and I was probably like 6 or something, so
That
it
would
scared me
be-
more than
that
it,
would be
you know.
horrifying.
Wow.
Garrick or John or Bib?
I feel like because I had something in my head, but I feel like it's too dark. So I'm trying to look. I'm trying to
You have to
rack
say
through my
that.
brains to.
Well,
'Cause
his
everyone's
is
just
based
like,
off
"Oh,
of
this
real
is
life
kinda
event,
fun."
though, so it
Mine
kind of
is too.
Yeah,
freaks me out. Well,
Garrick.
yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
you
yours?
didn't want to go?
No, he's still
No,
trying
I'm still.
to figure out if he wants to say his enough.
Just
trying to figure
do
out the new
it.
one. Oh, you go first.
Okay, so I spent the last 45 minutes before this podcast trying to figure out which
He
movie
truly
it
did.
is.
I
but-
was helping. I was trying
There
to
was a
help.
lot of people
When
researching with him.
Yeah, well, I had a bunch of producers and
had
a
a full
research
team.
group.
Couldn't find
But
it.
it didn't.
Couldn't find
It
it.
didn't work. This is an ever elusive movie from either the late '90s to the early 2000s. I watched this when I was really young. It was about, I believe, a devil or demon who grants wishes to some female protagonist, and I remember a specific. It was like most of the movie was gory, but I specifically remember this scene that was very unsettling, where her friend was in a church, and the devil brought the protagonist to the church, and she was supposed to be granted wishes to the devil, but the she knew the devil was malicious, so she refused. So the devil was trying to coerce her to use her wishes by doing bad things to people and other things. So with that said, the devil started making her friend vomit her own intestines.
Wow.
And then so she gave in and used her wish and said to the devil to end her friend's pain, end her pain, and the devil decided to end her pain by killing her in the most painful way, and she died. The end.
Wording matters, you know.
It does. I think that's why I remember it too, is because the freaking devil just turned around her words to fit his MO, which is be evil and kill people.
So we know it's not the Wishmaster, right? That's if
No.
okay, it's not that movie.
But I was like leaning towards End of Days with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but from our brief research, we didn't find any.
There's no vomiting
of
or
intestines.
intestine scene. Yeah.
Yeah. But I
I'm still
remember
looking, by the
that.
way.
If you're in the me too. If you're in the comments and you know which movie this is, around our childhood time of the 90s or 2000s, let me know because I would appreciate this info.
Well, so
But
see
it
the
was
scene.
scary unsettling.
it's interesting though because like, did you guys look through all of it? Because whenever I type that plot line in, it does give me Wishmaster, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah, that's the Jinn movie, which Genie 3 wishes. So
Yeah, but because that's the
demon
thing.
Jinn.
It threw me off with Wishmaster because I remember the devil was suave. The Wishmaster, the Jinn, is pretty ugly. They use prosthetics on the actor, so
yeah.
that's why I'm guessing it's
Well,
not.
the Jinn takes a human form too in the movie. He's like wears like a
Okay.
suit with a blue tie.
So maybe.
But again, like it could be. It doesn't have to be a Jinn. It could just be like the devil granting wishes.
Yeah.
So that might be confusing to search.
Yeah, exactly. It just annoys me so much because like I never recalled this movie for a long time, but I remember like back in the day, it was very traumatizing as a boy for me because like the way the scene played out, like maybe it won't be as like it'll be more laughable if we watched it again, but back in the day, I was very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, when you're that young, you think everything is real. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. It
It
just
could be a scary clown in your dreams.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess just the amount of pain that the friend went through, and like the acting, I guess, was really good to kind of set me off. I guess so.
Mhm.
And it's just feeling like the protagonist just feeling all helpless and all that. Like I guess I felt that. I empathize with that. One of my very own friends vomiting their intestines and then in the end dying because I misspoke. So in the end I murdered my friend. Yeah,
Oh,
that's very
no.
relatable.
Hashtag relatable.
Yeah. All right, next.
Wow. I mean, I can't think of a fictional thing. Soa?
Okay, I'll go. So mine's a real life event.
Oh God.
Wow.
And it's weird because you guys will you guys will understand. So when I was little, it was me. Well, basically my whole family went to a family friend's house to go swimming, and
Uh-huh.
it was my sister's best friend. His name was Scott. Um, we went to his birthday party, and it was a pool party. So we're at the pool party, and there's a bunch of kids in the pool, right? Like we're all just going crazy, and um, me and my oldest sister get stuck in the deep end,
Oh no.
and
Oh wow.
we start drowning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like her and I, like for whatever reason, I think I was too little, so I think I was holding on to her, which was making her go under.
Oh.
But
Oh,
it was a vicious cycle of her pushing me down underwater,
no. Big oofers, man.
and then standing on my shoulders to call for help, and then us switching.
Where
And
was the lifeguard on duty?
I mean, there was a
Well,
system
see-
there. It sounds like at least.
Yeah.
her and I came up with this system like naturally, which was really
People
weird.
staring at each other while you're drowning. Like you keep we swap.
Yeah.
But the scary thing was, like, there was loud music playing, and all the parents, of course, are sitting under the umbrellas on the opposite side of the yard talking, and there's so many kids screaming. When me and my sister are screaming, it's getting drowned out. And
Oh
Oh
wow.
no.
then it finally took one of the dads saw us and like saw the panic in one of our faces. I forget who it was, but then um they finally pulled me and her out. But another terrifying part of it is the bottom of the pool was very rough, and so both of our feet, like from pushing off at the bottom to like try to come up, were covered in blood
Oh wow.
because we were like panicking and like just trying to
Sounds like they
get
need to
someone's
sand the
attention.
bottom of that pool. Jesus Christ. Like hardcore
I
sand.
know.
But yeah,
I feel like
so I always think about that. Like,
yeah.
what if our what if nobody noticed? And
Oh
like her and
no.
I just remember feeling really tired. Like I wore
Hmm.
myself out and from panicking and everything.
Well, that and you
And
probably weren't getting any oxygen, so it was knocking you out.
Oh no.
yeah, but the irony of it all is I love pools.
Yeah, after
Yay.
that
Like
event,
I
I would
still
never
love
go in a
Wow.
pool.
pools.
Like
And
I
I
already
still love
don't
the
like.
water.
Yeah, I already don't like. I'm not afraid of water, but I'm not like the biggest fan of swimming. So that would have just knocked me off ever going in a pool or anything ever again.
Yeah. But what's funny is I'm still friends with Scott, and so every once in a while, like we'll message each other, and he'll always joke, be like, "Hey, remember that one time you drowned in my pool?"
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wait.
no,
Oh god.
Wow.
yeah,
Well, Scott, we need to have a
Wow.
conversation. That's not appropriate.
he does it out of joking, but yeah, um, so that's mine.
I
Damn.
Oh
have a
wow.
somewhat similar story where I was probably like quite a bit older than you were in this story, but when growing up, my grandparents lived in Nevada, just like on the other side of the Sierras. And in the Sierra Nevadas, there's a lot of lakes all over the place, right? So
Yeah.
we would go and, go up to the lake and fish or swim or whatever. And we were somewhere and we were swimming and there was a dock like off in the distance. And we got into like a bit or like something of somebody was like, you can't swim from here to the dock, right? So I did it and like on the way there, you don't realize how tiring swimming is.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
I'm
that's
like
true.
Oh, yeah.
75% of the way through, and I'm like, I'm so tired. I might just like not be able to keep swimming.
Mhm.
And kind of scary. I did make it and not die, clearly.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's good.
I did not swim back. I walked back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm scared of riptides because you never know, and
You never know.
Oh, that sounds.
you never know when it's gonna happen, but you know to swim like
Yeah.
parallel
Don't
to,
sca-
to
yes,
the
don't
beach.
swim against
but
or
the
against it,
problem
yeah.
is I'm afraid of panicking and doing the wrong thing and just exhausting myself and getting further away. Because I've done that. I've been in a riptide one time, but not as bad where it ended at a certain pace. But I got
Yeah.
pretty far from my friends back in the day. So yeah.
Yeah, I went boogie boarding during like during like a storm with a friend like kind of after high school, and yeah, I got caught in a small riptide. But yeah, it's like you
Yeah.
just gotta
Was that Mike
swim.
that you went out there with?
No, it was Bo.
Oh, okay.
We did some stupid stuff. Like it was fun. Like we got those like huge waves that we caught on our boogie boards. But like looking back, I was like, man, that's dumb.
I remember you telling
Yeah.
me that story, and like that's horrifying to me. I don't know, riptides in general. I agree with you. That's
Yeah.
creepy.
It's like the
Mhm.
whole area that area is like known for riptides too. But there was
The-
like huge waves, and we're like, dude.
The kayaking trip
I
fucked
know.
with me because the water was so choppy when we were trying to come back into land, and basically it was throwing you back to the land, and it's just like
Yeah.
we got thrown back.
But isn't
and
that where
then-
you want to go?
But we
Well,
survived.
I already told this story, but me and David got thrown to the land, and then I kept getting pulled back into the wave, like after we had basically flipped out of the boat, and then
Yeah.
someone came over to help us, but we had to carry the boat back up, and then I fell, and the guy had already walked back up to like watch us carry the boat up, and I tripped and I like cut my leg open and broke my sandal and everything. And it's just
Oh
like,
no, not your sandal.
no.
but we were getting pulled back into the water with the boat because the riptides were so like aggressive.
Oh, that wasn't that wasn't really riptides. That was just like
well, it was like
That's
short
not
the
tides,
waves
but
kind
the
of-
waves were so high and crashing so hard it was like hitting.
It was just because the beach was so steep, so it just kind of sucks you
Right.
back in.
But like when I looked below and you're basically riding on a wave on a kayak. I think that was probably one of the most horrifying moments in my life.
It was so fun. It was
It was
so
fun
fun.
for
Yeah.
you guys. I don't like that shit.
Golly. Ah,
So John,
TJ, it wasn't that bad.
you're the only one left.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I
Dude.
couldn't think of any fictional stuff.
Okay.
So I'm
Do
just
it,
gonna go
John.
with my
Say it,
original
just
thing.
Say
Uh,
what you were gonna say.
On the internet, there is a
Say
dashboard
what you need
cam
to say.
of a family. You can hear them. So you only see the it's a dashboard, so you only see the road and maybe like a little bit of the front of the car. So all you hear is really audio, but it still sticks to me today, and it just terrifies me. They were driving behind a truck. I think it was a brick truck, like it was holding bricks, and one of the bricks goes loose and flies off, and you see it crash through the windshield on the passenger side, and you hear screaming, children screaming, drivers screaming, man screaming, and the car just stops, and just the whole time just screaming and just like crying.
Oh,
you
wow.
don't see anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
But just
But your
you know,
imagination.
Oh,
I mean, you
just
don't even
fills
have
it
to
all in.
imagine because you know what happened. It's like you knew
Yeah.
exactly what happened. That brick
Oh.
went flying through and smashed the passenger's face in and killed him.
Are you sure it's not a scene from Final Destination?
No,
that
it's
does
not.
sound like a
it's not.
Final Destination thing, though. I was about to say that
It's-
reminds me of
yeah.
the scene in I think it was 3 where the engine goes flying out of the truck and then hits the guy in the back of the head, and that's in a convertible and meat grinds
Yeah,
him.
but come on, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like movies.
No,
but
that's
this is, like,
dumb. But I'm just saying that's
But
what
yeah,
it reminds
it's
me
like-
of, and it's creepy.
just hearing like the guttural scream of like the children and like the driver. It's like
Yeah.
I still, whenever I drive next to like a truck like with a heavy load, I'm still like
Yeah.
freaked out.
Oh no,
from that.
I say back.
So it's like
It's so
Yeah.
real.
fucking
It's
gravel
just
trucks
crazy.
too. Just seeing like the
Yeah.
little pebbles flying out, like imagining a pebble going through your windshield and through your head like a bullet. Like holy shit, that's scary.
It's just crazy because it's like it's one of those things that gets rarely documented, like the happening of someone dying just from a freak accident.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's yeah, it's so
And it's like it's not
unsettling.
even just I don't know, just hearing the family itself, it's just like
Yeah, the
just
terror.
heart wrenching. It's just like,
Oh,
oh my
yeah,
god,
damn.
like they're just there.
Well, because there's just no filter at that point. Usually, if you're screaming or in fear or something
Yeah.
like that, there's usually like I gotta hold back a little bit. That's not there when you're in that kind of
Yeah.
event. That's just like holy shit, that just happened.
It's like you have no control over that too. It's like
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
maybe the driver could have done
That's
this, but even
crazy.
then, it's like, but you're just as a passenger.
You
Like
have
imagine
to-
you as a passenger. It's like you're just there.
There. Yeah,
it's
and
like
then you
it's
just
horrifying.
See it happen right before it hits you.
Yeah.
Oh,
And not all you can't get away. Like if you're
Yeah.
one of the family, you can't get away from it. It just happened. The body's probably just like spazzing out still. It's just
Oh god.
I don't.
Oh,
Crazy.
she's dead.
No, I think like the like movement type situation doesn't happen if something like you're just instantly killed. I think that.
Yeah,
well,
it's
if
probably
the
instant. It's
brain
probably
if the
instant.
brain was still intact.
Yeah,
Well,
I
no,
think it was
what-
instant.
what would happen? What used to happen with like people getting beheaded? This is going to like a really dark area, but when people were getting beheaded,
Oh yeah, you
it
still
would
get the-
hit the cervical or the spinal cord, and so that's why they would spaz out because it didn't fully kill them. It would just like basically nullify their brain activity.
Yeah.
And
Well, your
so
heart
they-
is still
Except-
pumping.
wait, no, you're getting
yeah.
this wrong. It's not nullifying their brain activity. That's actually what is happening. They still
You
have
sever,
brain
yeah.
activity. because
Your
they're
heart's still
severing.
pumping though.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've
Well,
they've
the body is
proven it.
different.
Yeah.
There
that-
was
that's like the-
somebody there
Oh,
was somebody back in the day when they were still beheading people. A scientist volunteered himself to behead himself, and his experiment was he's going to try to blink as many times as possible after he
yeah.
gets beheaded,
Oh right, right,
And-
right. Okay.
and that's
You're
how
talking
they
about head.
proved it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you still have motor functions. Well, I guess your head functions.
Well, yeah. What's happening in
everything's
the
still-
body is that the like muscles, like the electrons are firing in the muscles.
It's
Yeah.
almost like you putting salt on an octopus leg. after
Yeah.
it's been severed.
That's so intense. Like I think it was one of the King Henrys. He was so obese that they couldn't kill him with the guillotine. Like the force didn't kill him, so they actually had
Oh,
to
it
get the
wasn't clean.
executioner
Yeah,
to like push the rest of the weight down to actually fully behead him. But he was like struggling the whole time.
Yeah, he was still like half his neck was still attached, and he
Oh,
was
God.
still conscious.
If this isn't a
So
Halloween
painful.
episode, I don't know what it is.
But
Yeah.
back to the original story that John was talking about. I don't think the truck was a brick truck, and this like goes further and maybe into our next topic of like irrational fears. But like the truck was just a truck. There just happened to be a brick. In the road.
Yeah,
And
there's
like the
probably that.
reality of driving on a freeway at 70 miles an hour, if your like tire goes over an object, it's going to act like a pitching machine and fling it backwards.
Right.
And it could be anything, right? It could be like a pipe in the road. Or,
Oh, dude.
you know,
I was driving back from your home, like it was a while ago, like I think when you first moved to the new place.
Yeah.
PJ.
Yeah.
And luckily, I had my brights on just because I was like, there's no one here. I'm just gonna turn on my brights on the freeway.
Yeah.
Luckily, I had them on because there was a freaking bike in the lane, and I swerved just in time. And then when I got back, I got off the freeway exit. I saw a car with its hazards on, and the people like kind of looking around. It's like, it's like, did you lose a bike? And they're like, yes. I was like, it's in the middle of the freeway, and they're like, oh shoot, and they like kind of drove off back.
Yeah.
I guess. I was like, holy crap! Like, had I not had my brights on and not seen
scary.
that,
No, that's
I
like,
probably wouldn't have enough time to react.
that fucking freeway is so ghetto, dude. Like I was driving home from I think it was work one day, and there was a log in the middle of the freeway, and I actually drove over it. It fucked up the whole bottom of my my car. I had to get a replacement for the bottom. Luckily it was just the oil pan, but it ripped the whole bottom of the oil pan off. And it's just like, who the fuck lost the log?
Driving's terrifying.
It is like,
it is.
I don't know. That was like weird though, because I was like, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. And then I tried driving to work the next day, and I heard a scraping on the bottom of my car. I'm like, oh, I hope that's not my engine. So yeah, there's definitely been some shit where I was like, oh, and it's always on our freeway to our house. But damn. Well, that was an in-depth set of question and answers.
Oh yeah.
So as I was like moving on to the next topic, does being afraid of things in the middle of the road being propelled at you count as an irrational fear?
I don't think that's irrational.
Or is that a sound fear?
I think that's
It's just being careful. Like
Yeah, it's being conscious.
I mean, I feel like irrational constitute as something that you have not seen or heard of happening, but it's there. Whereas these things, like the road happenings, they're there. You've seen them happen, and it's not free. It's freak accidents, granted, but it happens more often than not.
yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah,
I think irrational has to be completely out there, like a squirrel attacks you and kills you or something like that. Like
Hey,
that.
rabies is a real thing.
I'm saying, but that's rabies. I'm saying the squirrel outright kills you.
Well, then let's move into the next topic. I got a weird irrational fear for you guys.
Huh.
Okay. So this probably doesn't make any sense. It's probably totally unfounded. I think it might come from like, that doesn't make any sense either. But I'm always a little bit afraid that if I'm like in a bathtub or a shower,
Oh yeah.
that the moisture has like eaten the wood around the around the tub, and it will like fall out while I'm in while I'm taking a shower.
Oh.
And,
Dang.
like
Okay.
it's obviously not really a problem on like a one story house,
single
but,
story.
like, if you're a couple stories up,
Yeah.
like that's you go down a
Right.
full floor and you're in a wet tub, so you're gonna slide and potentially like hit your head, you know, break a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And it's dumb because it's like never gonna happen.
No,
But I'm
I
always
mean,
like,
it's
what if,
not?
man? What if?
Like, we
it
had
can happen.
we had water damage at our old house in my room. There's like literal mold and everything, so there could be damage like that in the floors. Like literally, the floors got so sopping wet from the like moisture going out, so it was possible. And that was one of my fears too. It's like walking into that room and then the floor just falling out. So like I'm on board with that fear. I thought you were gonna say like which this is really irrational. When I was a kid, and even now, like for some reason, when I'm really tired and like sometimes you just wake up and you have anxiety. You're just like having one of those days where you're like, fuck, I have anxiety about everything for no reason. Um, it's looking at the drain and then like imagining some sort of creature. Usually for me, it's like a shark coming out of the water.
Oh
it's like,
no, not a shark. That's how it started.
That's literally like the definition of irrational if we're just sticking on this point, because like as a kid I wouldn't take a shower in more than like almost steaming hot water, because I imagine sharks don't swim in steaming hot water because there's no way to like heat it. So it's like,
I mean, I've done that before when I was young. I just like I let my imagination run free, and like I just ended up staring at the drain. It's like, oh god, I'm freaking myself out.
Yeah, so like that, I think that's actually better than my actual example of what I was going to say.
Depending on where you live, you actually do have to worry about water snakes coming up.
Water snakes, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but ours is screwed down into the tub,
yeah,
so it wouldn't matter.
I had that fear.
Yeah,
because after watching Animal Planet,
doesn't it?
Yeah, Animal Planet. I was watching Animal Planet. It's like the scary animals or whatever it's called. The show's called Deadliest Animals.
Yeah,
I used to watch that as a kid, and one of the scenes was like they reenacted like a cheesy reenactment where the daughter goes up to the bathroom, opens like a snake, and that freaked me out for so long. I would be like super scared of going on the toilet.
Or tapeworms, like I think I watched something on was it Animal Planet or maybe Discovery?
Yeah, Animal Planet had all
like
the deadly animals or whatever.
And it was a guy that ate like truck stop egg salad sandwich or something and had tapeworms in it, and he remembered going to the bathroom and he was in intense pain. But like he was losing a bunch of weight. Like he said, he lost like 20 pounds in a week.
Yeah.
And he was eating and he was constantly hungry and nothing. Like he couldn't gain weight or anything. And then he went to the bathroom one time and he was in there forever. And then all of a sudden, like he went to go stand up and see what was going on, and he just felt this long tube coming out of him.
Goofy.
Like, God,
hey, at least it came out of him, instead of.
Well, no, we had to still go to the hospital because they had to keep cutting it and pulling it out of him. Because it was so big.
Dang.
Wow.
It had been growing for like weeks in him.
Yeah.
So, and he was like feeding it. That's why he wasn't getting anything. It was eating it from him.
It's his baby now. What do you name it?
That's not necessarily irrational. I feel like that's an actual, like, legit fear. God, I don't even remember mine. Oh, mine is like public restrooms. Like whenever you go into a stall, you know how they have like some of them have those big giant ass cracks.
Oh, all of them do. In the US at least.
And it's like I have an irrational fear of people looking through the cracks.
What cracks?
In the stall doors.
The stall doors, yeah.
You know
and
then like sometimes people will hang up toilet paper over the hole to like cover it, and it's just like but sometimes the gaps are so wide someone could literally stick a hand through, and those give me the biggest creeps because I imagine someone's not only staring through it but actually reaching through.
Oh, whoa.
So yeah. My fears are kind of irrational.
They're just trying to help you.
Yeah.
PJ.
Yeah, I don't get that one. I'm like, who cares? Who cares if somebody wants to look at me shit?
And
when I was young, I had that same mentality, but now I'm like, you really want to look at this? Okay,
yeah,
you're
exactly.
lost.
The whole mentality is, I've come to do my business. I'm sure you've come to do your business too. Let's just have a mutual agreement and just
make eye contact.
Keep to ourselves.
I'm breaking.
Stare.
Got it.
Stare.
and
then stand next, like, and when there's like 20 urinals, you stand right next to the person already peeing.
Again, making unbreaking eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you say and then you say nice watch, dude.
Yeah. Nice watch.
Just so they know you're staring in the direction. But like, I don't know. It's just like that feeling of, if I don't shit in public restrooms very often, but if I ever have to,
when I do,
I feel so
Not
like
sponsored.
vulnerable, especially if it is one of those huge cracked stalls, and it's just like dick and balls are just sitting there waiting for the world to see.
Yeah, that's why you need the buddy system, like how dogs, like when
They stand in front of it.
Yeah, it's like when they poop, they think you're guarding them, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So you
Well,
gotta do the same thing.
in the end, people aren't like just going into a bathroom just to say, oh wow, someone's pooping. Let me see what they look like.
My fear isn't completely irrational in the sense that there was 2 guys that we went to school with in elementary school, not naming either of them, but they'd fuck around
Who
with
is it?
me and they would pretend to look through the doors. Or one time, one jumped on the toilet seat and looked over the stall at me.
I've had those
that.
situations
And it's just
Yeah.
where kids are
like,
being
why would
dumb
you
and
do
you're
Just
not
that?
say you want to come
Because they're
help.
children.
the children, yeah.
You want to wipe
But that's
my
what
ass?
that's what freaks me out, and that's what
Yeah.
caused my problems to
But
this
you're an
day.
adult now, and you go into bathrooms with other adults.
Yeah, you're an independent
No,
man.
but there's still kids in the world, Joey. It freaks me out.
No, but it's
Well, then-
totally different. No kid
Yeah.
is going into a
PJ,
regular public bathroom and doing
remove this
shenanigans.
irrational thought. It's too irrational.
Well, no, it does, like
And if a child does, you just tell him, make eye contact with the child. If he's
Sir?
puking, be like, this is your future. Do you like it? Stop looking.
Yes, my balls are touching
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah.
Do you
this
want
is your
this
future.
to be
Do you want that to happen?
Oh
They're old and wrinkly. That's you in 10 years.
my god.
God, it's giving.
It's
children
a
life
soft
lessons.
walnut
It's
now.
horrible.
Yeah.
Well, you have to think too. Like, there's been plenty of times when I've gone into a public restroom to pee, and someone in the stall next to me was pooping. I
Like that.
I don't think about it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not something I think about all the time. Like it's just you go into the bathroom.
When
and
someone's
like
in
Derek
there
said,
shitting and they have loud shits, I love those. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
those are
like,
fun.
oh, God,
Sometimes,
what
if I'm
happened?
in a good mood, I like
let
to
it go?
embarrass them and start gagging, even though it's
Wait,
not
really?
bothering me.
He does.
And I'm like, oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
oh my god, oh, what is this
See, I just
person
wanna-
eat?
I want to get there fast and as quietly as possible. I wish I could be confident and just let it all out, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Just so,
oh yeah.
Just make eye contact with everybody in a busy bathroom.
I love.
and just say, I'm going in here, guys.
I love when I go to the bathroom at work and then someone just had, a breakfast special at Disney's.
Didn't
Didn't
it?
you-
Disneyland!
oh, Disneyland. Oh,
I had a
Denny's.
stroke there. Denny's and or IHOP, and like it just did not sit well with them. And then I go in there and I'm just like, oh, I'm on my break. This is salsa, whatever, blah blah. And then you're and like, oh, dude, I'm sorry.
I'll cheer him on. I'll be like,
Oh.
dude, let it all out. Let it all out.
Push. It's like you stick your hand underneath the stall. I'm here for you.
Yeah, hold my hand. Hold my hand.
You can squeeze it if you need to.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was completely off irrational fears. No, I've gotten better about it. Like I don't care. Someone wants to, like stare.
Yeah, just leave your stall
fine,
open.
but
That'll
I-
help you get used to it.
No.
Oh God, wait.
That would
Have you
freak
guys
me out.
ever been? Wait, what school? I remember I went to a school that didn't have stall doors.
Oh, that.
Oh,
I have
that's common.
nightmares about
Yeah.
that. No. Okay.
I couldn't do that.
I hate
No, I couldn't either.
I hate bathrooms that don't have dividers for urinals if they're too close.
Yeah, that's annoying.
That's weird.
Especially if they're like the dumb bowl shaped urinals.
yeah.
Have you seen those before? I went to a
Yeah.
I was at a track and field game and we went to one of the schools had this. It literally like a bowl slightly tilted, mounted on the wall with no dividers. I'm like, what? What is
Yeah,
this?
it's
or,
ridiculous.
Or the like long ones that like I think it was
A trough.
yeah.
the
it-
trough,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
I
a
hate
giant
that.
ice column thing.
Those
but
are
it's-
always in like cheap
chlorine.
bars.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think it was in, what was it, The Switch or whatever? That one movie with,
Oh,
what's his face in it?
actually, I went to a bar that wasn't a trough. It was just a wall with like a fountain. It was like a fountain feature. So you walk in, you're like, oh, that's a nice fountain, and you realize, oh, that's the
That's the
urinal. Yeah,
Oh, dear God.
the long wall with fountain. With the fountain.
You just hear
Like,
behind
oh, I
you,
gotta pee in
hello.
that.
Yeah, it's a water trickling. I mean, it looked nice. You know, I get why they made it because like, oh, it looks like a fountain, but you pee in it. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know about modern art pieces being urinals and or toilets. That's just weird.
Oh
to me.
wow.
Just get the default shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or get individual stalls. I love the restaurants where, like, Cheesecake Factory, perfect example. You have your own room to yourself.
Oh yeah,
Those
love
are fantastic. There's no cracks, nothing. And the
Yeah,
door
no need to
locks.
like mess with genders and stuff. I think the YouTube space has that too. It's like you just walk in, you get your own little cubicle with your toilet,
Yeah.
No need to worry about. Oh, is this the right gender? Or
Well, no, there's still gendered bathrooms at Cheesecake
Oh,
Factory,
okay.
but it's like it's just a room.
Okay.
Like one of the wedding venues that we do like has that same exact thing, but the lock is broken, so people will walk in on it. It's like, what's the point of the fucking door? And they refuse to fix it, and it's one that we go to a lot.
Just hang your sock on the doorknob.
Has everybody said their irrational fear?
I
Oh,
don't
have
think
we?
I have, but we
No.
kept on talking about toilets. Oh, I wanted to
Toilets are pretty
talk more
scary.
about toilets. Japan did
Wait.
it right.
That's
They
not
actually
fair.
they
Yes,
have
they did.
stalls that seal
Touch the
like there's
ground
no
and
there's
sealed.
touch the ground and no cracks whatsoever. America is just so
That's what it should be.
freaking lazy.
Oh, well, it's
Yeah.
cheaper
Well,
to
wasn't
leave the
it- was it-
gaps in the plastic.
I thought it was
Yeah,
more of a
because
scared
it-
of someone
'cause-
shooting up in the bathroom kind of thing because we're drugs.
No,
Wasn't
because it like the way the construction works, it accounts for error, so you don't have to like fix it. You just say, oh, okay, I'll just drill the hole here, even though if there's like a 1 foot gap, it's okay. They'll put toilet paper. Not Japan though. Anyways, my irrational fear would be my phobia. I think I talked about it before, so I'll just breeze right on over it. It's trypophobia. It's the fear of irregular holes.
Well, I think I'll let
So like the lotus. What is it, John?
You know what's funny? What
The lotus
Yeah,
root
the lotus
or-
seed. Yeah.
Lotus
Well,
plant.
not the seed,
yeah.
but the lotus
or
plant. Yeah.
sponges.
Sponges
yeah.
are pretty porosy.
Yeah.
Also, my pop filter is also it has the honeycomb hole
Oh, wow.
feature. You might be freaking
Yeah.
out.
And so when I was young, one of my biggest like things that triggered me, and I didn't know why, was I think cantaloupe. So I opened the
Kinda makes
cantaloupe was opened in half, and there was seeds in the middle, and I just stared at it for a little while, just because I was just like,
Just imagine
like
that.
Wow.
I was just like, I don't know, I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I was daydreaming or something, and all of a sudden I focus. I'm like, wait, this is kind of creepy. Why am I getting shivers and stuff? And I just didn't understand it, so I just like, oh god, just give me the cantaloupe without the seeds, please.
I just imagine Garrick having like a flashback. It's like, Garrick, you want some cantaloupe? Lope? And then he's
Oh
like,
god, no. Yeah, it's just like I think the whole point of trypophobia is to protect you from creepy crawlies or any like parasites that can be hiding in the holes.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
So it is like a viable and reasonable fear.
Do you think that's
but
something like
it's
most
unnecessary
people
now.
have evolved? Yeah, most people have evolved past it, but it's like a thing that ingrained in certain
Yeah.
people's heads. Still.
Well, that's yeah, maybe because
Yeah, if you have holes in your skin.
yeah,
That's not
most
good.
phobias
Oh, no,
actually
use a
are
magnifying glass.
irrational. Like you develop the phobia as you grow up. It's not inherent. So but I don't know, maybe I got nudged a certain way to fear holes. Maybe I
Possibly.
was watching like bugs
Holes,
coming
the
out of
movie?
a bunch
Oh.
of holes one time.
Oh, dude, I'm the exact opposite. You know, like tonsil stones and stuff like that. I've watched videos of those, like people like tonsil
Oh.
stones coming out, or
Oh,
like
that's
whenever
gross.
someone has
like
acne
whitehead popping
on their
yeah.
noses.
That-
yeah,
that
and they use
triggers
the
me.
Strips, and then they,
That's
like
so
they pull the
satisfying.
strips off, and like you see all the little like spots where like all the crap
Yep.
came out. Oh my
That
God.
triggers me. And then the ladybugs under on the top of the
Little
the
wood-
dog's mouth.
Oh,
on
what?
the
Ladybug
inside
on
of the
top of the dog's mouth.
Yeah, ladybugs ended up like burrowing in
Why
on
would a
the
ladybug
top.
do that?
On the- I don't know.
Creepy.
I don't
No.
know. Maybe it tasted something good that the dog ate and wanted to eat it, and just a
Alf-
bunch
wait,
started like.
aphids? Yeah, they eat aphids.
No, it looked like ladybugs.
That
They
would
were
creep
pretty
me
No,
out.
large.
no, no. I mean, the ladybugs eat aphids, right?
Oh yeah, maybe he was eating a rose bush or something. I don't know, but yeah, it triggered. Like there's something that triggered me,
Cantaloupe.
but I still move on
Nice.
with my life.
Cantaloupes, though. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
keep imagining you like screaming when you're looking at one.
No, I was literally just like, okay, I slowly put down the cantaloupe, and I'll just let my mom finish cutting it, and
Yeah, you
I'll
gotta take
eat
the seeds
and
out, and then you'll be fine.
I'll eat the results.
Yeah. Oh my god. Who else? I feel like it's been me and Garrick so far.
Irrational fear.
I
What kind of
opened.
irrational fear. Yeah,
And then
Joey
Joey.
opened. Irrational fear.
Babe,
What's-
how about you?
what's-
John's still thinking.
Irrational
Mine
fear.
is, I'm just gonna say it, porta potties.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
no, that's
super rational.
scary.
Because whenever I go in one, I think that it's gonna get tipped over.
Oh,
who would do that to you,
I
Selwa?
know.
I don't know.
I
Not
just imagine
us.
like a dump truck backing up into it.
Oh, I guess yeah. Okay,
With
can
my
be an
luck,
accident, right?
yeah, that would happen.
Sarah, not us allegedly.
I feel like that's stuff that happens like either in a movie as a joke or it's
Or
like
on YouTube.
a prank thing, yeah. But
No,
not
that's happened to one of my cousins before.
where it just
Oh,
yeah, I
wow.
saw.
tipped over on her.
No. They got in a fight with someone and someone
Oh.
like followed them and
Oh,
then
that
they
sucks.
went in there and then knocked it over because they were so angry with them.
That's so
Oh, no.
gross.
There was a
Yeah.
Will Ferrell movie where he did that.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
wow.
he got angry and like tipped the porta potty. When
I
someone
don't
did it.
remember which one it is though, but I know what you're talking
yeah.
about. Oh, that's so gross. That
Yeah, I
one's
know.
kind of
Ew.
legitimate. I'd be on your side on that, but like
Oh,
I don't
wow.
fear it happening, but I can imagine it happening. And
That's just a bad day.
yeah,
Yeah.
either that or an
Move
asshole.
on.
Of a
Just
friend.
imagine all the workers that have to deal with sewage and porta potties. Like
Oh yeah.
they have a worse job. They better. I hope they're getting.
They deal
paid
with it every
well.
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of when we went to the islands, that giant like pile of oh god, I'm gonna throw up.
The
Let's move on.
outhouse?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's move on.
yeah.
The poop-
I'm getting
poop
a,
mountain.
The outhouse
it's
is
it's
different.
I'm getting
necessary though.
like a protein bar size thing in the back of my throat right
Just
now.
don't stare at the mountain of
Yeah.
poop,
I
TJ.
didn't
Like,
stare at the mountain of poop. I,
was-
smelled it. Move on.
just
I was
hold your
staring at
breath then.
I
Okay,
really
we-
want to take a mini flag. I really want to take a mini flag and like
Yeah.
stick
Oh,
it
you
on
know
top.
what my
Like,
fear-
I conquered Poop Mountain.
You know what? One of my irrational fears, really quickly tying back to
What's that?
to the first question, was
What's that?
the airplane sucking you in. I think that was a Final Destination thing too.
Airplane sucking? Oh, you mean
The airplane
Like, when you
toilet.
go to the bathroom.
Oh,
yeah, you
right,
go to
right, right.
flush and it sucks your intestines.
Yeah,
or
I think
whatever.
that was a movie thing. And
Yeah.
yeah,
I
someone
think
got
Mythbusters
sucked
busted
in.
it.
He was pooping really badly, and then like more of him got sucked in. So yeah,
Oh, that's
good
so
way to end
creepy.
it. More
Yeah.
pooping talk. I love it.
We're
Wow.
good at that. And then
Okay,
John.
are we ready to move on to our next segment? No,
I'm
John
just
has to
gonna
go
s-
still.
Unless if John
I'd say
can't think of it.
social phobias. There you go. Bam.
That's a
Like,
good
done.
one. I think everybody has
that
irrational,
irrational?
social phobias.
Yeah, I feel like that's irrational.
Like he's gonna
What's
say
an
the
exa-
wrong thing.
John, what's an example? What's your most obvious social issue?
Talking to new people. All right, let's move on. What's the next thing on the list?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where I really can relate with John because I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next segment. Name that show / movie.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa, what a twist.
Whoa.
It's time for everyone's favorite game. Name that show/movie. The game where you guess the show/movie. And the prize is nothing but bragging rights. With our host, Joey. And there we go.
Oh wow!
Yay!
I love the little edit there, PJ. It was so well done. Like you caught yourself. You were about to say game, but it was actually movie / show. Amazing.
Right.
How it
Anyway,
goes.
this is a little segment inside of our podcast where we play a little game where I read a plot summary of, normally it's a game, this time it's going to be a show and or movie, and then everybody else will have to chime in, and whoever chimes in first gets to guess. They get it right, they get a point. Normally we do characters and games, right? Like franchise as a whole. Here, I'm just doing the movie, but there's bonus points on the table for the year that the movie came out.
Oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ, I'm not gonna get that.
That's
Okay.
gonna be tough. That's
I
harder
might
than
actually
the
have a
character.
chance.
Oh.
All right.
Might have a chance with this
I
game.
got my finger in the buzzer.
So you don't
So-
get bonus
so-
points for the character anymore?
I didn't do characters.
Oh, you're not gonna do character.
It's not a
just the
character.
plot. Okay,
No.
gotcha.
Movie title, right? Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready? Let's do it. Oh yeah.
And also, I
Okay.
noticed we're carrying over the score from before. Well, that's not very fair for Sarah.
Yeah.
That's all right.
This is special.
No,
Sarah's a special guest,
it will be.
so she wins automatically.
Yeah. So we'll do
Fair
this one
enough.
as a separate like Halloween score. How about that?
Okay.
Or I'll keep track of this specific one. As
We'll
Yeah,
keep track
well-
of this one separately. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
okay,
I'm
'cause
that
I'm
means
gonna
that
win
means I'm
anyway.
gonna lose
you'll lose the
eh,
game
with-
one. You might lose you
with
might
the
win
full
this one.
game.
Okay. So everyone has their buzzers ready. Go for it, Joey.
Yes.
All right. 1 second. Let me make sure that I have the buzzers up and ready to go.
Oh God.
Okay.
Ow.
Here we go with the first movie
Uh-huh.
or show.
Oh, plot thickens.
Or show. Okay.
Hitmen Jules
Uh-huh.
Winfield and Vincent Vega arrive at an apartment to
This sounds
retrieve a
familiar.
briefcase for their boss, gangster Marcel Wallace, from a business partner, Brett. After Vincent checks the contents of the briefcase,
Beep!
Jules. Oh, and we got a beep.
Oh.
It's
What's in the box?
Pulp Fiction. Yeah, Pulp Fiction.
Buzz.
There's a point for John PJ.
1992.
That is incorrect.
Fuck. Well, I was close, probably.
Would anybody else like to take a stab at the year?
Fine, 1993.
I think it's
Incorrect.
earlier than that.
Wow. What
Um,
was it?
I'm not gonna try because I'm not gonna get it.
Just guess a year,
Just
Sarah. It
guess
doesn't-
anywhere around the other ones.
Okay. 1997.
Oof.
I think it was
Incorrect.
It's definitely not the same 97. What was it?
Everyone took a
Shut up,
guess.
The
John.
year
96.
was 1994.
Whoa!
What did I say?
You said 2.
I believe it said
Two.
92.
Damn it.
I
And
said
Garrett
3.
said 3. So Sarah, you could have just.
Why didn't you
One
guess
more. Add
94,
one more.
Sarah?
I knew I was
Oh,
Oh my
it's all your
God.
fault.
I was thinking either
Okay, next.
88 or 2, but I don't know. 92. Good.
All
So
right,
Go on.
moving on to our next one. The lives of disparate group of employees and patrons at a Boston watering hole over 11 years. Over much of this period, Sam Malone, a womanizing ex-Boston Red Sox pitcher and a former
what?
alcoholic, owns the bar, its purchase, and this life, which was his salvation from his former alcoholism,
Whoa.
which was largely the cause of the end of his baseball career.
Oh, no.
He ends up having a love-hate relationship with an intellectual named Diane Chambers, who he hired as a waitress and whose cultured mentality is foreign to anybody else in the bar.
I don't know, but Buzz. I'm just going to take a guess.
PJ's buzzing in.
The Perfect Pitch? This is the only baseball movie I
That
know
is
about.
incorrect.
Damn it.
I don't know any
Alcoholic?
baseball movies with baseball
Huh.
men with bars.
I only know one baseball movie, but it's definitely not it.
Take a guess at the year still.
I mean, Buzz. I'm just gonna guess it's not right, but Field of Dreams.
No.
That is incorrect.
That's the only baseball movie I know.
I was
John!
gonna guess, John.
There's
An
a bar
alcoholic
in
with
the
only
field?
one dream.
But that's what I said. It doesn't. There's no bar in it, so
Oh, you should have done it. You wasted your guess, John.
I was gonna get this one.
Can I still guess the year? Even though I don't know
Sure.
the movie.
Okay.
And actually, no, go ahead and guess the year.
1997.
Incorrect.
Can I guess
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
the year? 1974.
Incorrect.
Damn it! I'm sure I had that
I
one.
would have laughed so hard if I got it.
Can I guess the year? Since we're just
You don't want to
guessing.
guess the name of the
Well,
movie.
this-
Gu-
you
guess
gotta
the
re-
movie first,
You got
Sarah.
one guess.
No, I can't think of one, so I don't know.
What are the name
Still
of the
You
right.
guys
hit the
20 more
bar?
seconds.
20 more seconds. 20 more seconds. Hurry. Sarah,
Okay, guess
go.
the year, Sarah. Quickly.
1991.
That's one of the years.
Oh,
What?
oh, it's a show.
Oh, there's a sequel.
Oh,
Wait. Is this a TV show?
Do I get that point though? Like, do I get it?
I will give you that point.
Wow.
Wait, is it a
Just
TV
because.
show?
Because
then?
I'm the point czar and I can.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with the fact that she got one of the years based off of not knowing anything other than the description.
Well, then I'm gonna say 1992.
I'll also give you a point.
What?
Thank you.
What is this bullshit?
What's your guess though?
Nobody wants to take a guess on what it is?
I don't know any
wait, is
baseball
it-
movies.
Okay, I'll guess.
Is it a show or TV show? It's a TV show, right?
The
No
only
points
people who are
anymore.
allowed to guess
Oh, okay,
still
we're still guessing. Okay, we're
are
still guessing.
Sarah
Got it,
and
got it.
Garrick.
Wait, Joey, can you give us that where we like it's a movie or TV show, or is that too much
No,
information?
that is too much.
Okay.
Oh, really?
It's like,
I will still
give a
probably get it
guess.
wrong, even if you give it
Yeah.
to us.
But what does
But-
it hurt guessing? We got a point. So
Yeah.
we're
I don't. Well, I don't know the movie or the show
don't
or
either,
whatever it is.
But
So
I'll guess Angel in the Outfield.
That's a
Incorrect.
that's a movie.
alcoholic in a Disney movie. Perfect.
I'm just
I don't know.
guessing.
I give up, Joey.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Wait,
even
We'll
wait.
go
guess.
ahead and move on.
Is it Cheers?
It is Cheers, but you already
Oh.
guessed.
No,
so-
I know. I just wanted to know I was right.
Damn it.
As soon as you said 91 and
And-
92 and at
yeah.
bar, I was like, it's Cheers.
Cheers ran from 1982 to 1993. So
Wow.
Shit,
it
man.
was
So-
on in 91 and 92, so I'm giving you guys
Excellent.
points
That's what that show's about? Cheers as in like ching ching
I-
cheers.
Y-
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't
I never seen the show.
realize that was the plot of the show, but I knew
I-
there
I
was a
barely
bar
watched
involved.
it.
I thought it was a movie at first, so I had no idea. Go ahead. Damn it.
for it. Okay. We will now move on to our final one
Oh no!
Of-
Already,
this week's show.
I'm gonna lose again.
Bella Swan, a 17-year-old outcast, leaves Phoenix, Arizona, and moves to Forks, a small town located on Washington State's Olympic Peninsula.
Can I
To
just
live
buzz
with it.
already?
Yeah, you can buzz.
Yeah.
Buzz.
I-
Hi.
I-
Face.
Guess it done.
I was gonna let her have it, but
Is it my favorite movie? Twilight.
I hate you.
What year did it come out?
Oh shoot.
Buzz.
2000.
No, I want to give Sarah a chance.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the year though.
Damn it. I could have gotten. I could have gotten a point.
I'll guess. Hold on. I'll guess. 2003.
That's way too early.
This is
Yeah,
way
that's
too early.
That's super early.
Sarah.
So,
wait,
remember
Whatever,
where
you
you
took
were
it
when it
from
came
me.
out?
You know Joey did
Can I
that one
buzz?
for me.
I give
And
you
you took
a few
it.
seconds.
Can I buzz the
Wait,
year?
so wait, did John buzz before Sarah?
Well, I
Yeah,
think
He did.
Based
technically.
based
Yeah.
on the rules, yes.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah.
She
I did give you
hesitated.
I didn't
five
buzz.
seconds until.
I'm not going
Sarah's-
to count that. John
3
didn't buzz
Damn
before
it.
Sarah. Sarah, you get the point.
Oh, shoot. Okay, fine.
Wait, we're basing
Okay.
it off the fact that
Hey,
she just
we-
knew the
we-
answer.
We've discussed this before. I'm the point czar.
He's a point
I
czar.
get to decide where the points are distributed.
Yeah.
That's
So
fine.
so
Can I
just
say
like
the year
whose
now?
line is it anyway? It doesn't matter.
Can I say the year now?
Okay, go ahead and say the year.
2012.
That's incorrect.
Fuck.
Okay. Me.
You have an 8.
2009.
No, that's way too early.
Incorrect.
Seriously.
I was literally just watching interviews that they did for it. Like,
I'll give a clue to the remaining
2014.
people. The book came out when we were in junior, going into senior year of high school.
Let's say,
you know
are there
how
any
long it took
remaining
them
people?
to do the movies?
John. Oh, John. No.
2014.
Mm-mm, I don't think so.
No.
Incorrect.
I don't
Oh,
know.
we all guessed.
It's somewhere in between, I think. What year was it?
13?
I believe Garrick was the closest. With you said 2009, Garrick?
He did.
Yeah.
Actually came out in 2008.
Came out
Whoa!
Really? When we were in high school? It came out when we were in high school? Oh.
I
Yeah.
thought
We've
the
aged
book
us.
came out when
Oopsies.
we were in high school.
Yeah,
Well,
you
maybe
guys
the
I
don't
book
wasn't
came
in
remember?
high school.
No,
Don't
no,
you
I
remember that it was such a craze back in the day?
I do not
maybe
remember.
We were in our
I didn't hang out with much girls.
freshman, sophomore
Gruff,
year
gruff.
of high school. The book did, and then the movie came out right afterwards. I didn't realize it came out
Hmm.
that early, though. I thought it was like a couple years later, but I forgot it
You
was
know,
like
they were still
super
writing
popular.
the last book, and they were like trying to film it when they were still writing the last.
Oh,
one.
really? Okay. Didn't know that. Huh.
Ah,
Interesting.
So I got 0
Quite
points.
so.
If I remember correctly, I think.
Gotta get that
that's
money.
what was happening.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
Wow.
the situation with Harry Potter too. They were making the movies while the books were being finished. Well, I guess the last couple books, I think.
huh.
I guess I better make sure that I keep my lead in the game version of this show because I suck at movies and shows.
Oh, so you're saying this version doesn't count?
No, I'm
see.
saying I'm horrible at this version.
Maybe the game needs to become named that game /show /movie.
Ooh.
Yes. Yeah,
Possibly.
name this title.
Name
And year.
this title.
We'll
Or
talk
character.
about it.
No, I
And
wanna
we're
keep
not
the
going to talk
forward
about it.
slashes.
No, Joey's the horror.
actually going to say the forward slashes
The
from
horror
now on.
slash
Yes.
host.
Wait, are we? So we are extending all of them? Oh God, that's going to be
Yes.
a nightmare of.
We'll think about it. We'll see. We'll see how this
GGPJ.
goes going forward.
We're back
Leave
in it
the
now.
comments. Leave
No,
the
I'm not
comments.
talking about that. I
We
have
like
to
it.
remake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Intro.
like our video if you want it to be that way. Downvote if you don't want it to be that way.
Perfect.
Why? What?
Okay, moving on.
Go
All
ahead.
Okay, let's move on off of our little game within our show.
Oh, the scores:
2.
0, me, Garrick 1, John 1, and Sarah's at 2 right now.
Wow, Sarah's
wow,
a pro at
Sarah.
this.
Mhm.
No.
All this Twilight stuff.
Okay, sorry, Joe.
Joey
Go ahead.
did
Yeah,
it.
she
For
got
me.
one of the years for Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, too.
Very
That's
impressive.
true.
One of the 12 years of cheese.
Hey, it's only 11.
Oh,
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh my.
Actually, stupid side story. My aunt was on that show as an extra for one of the episodes.
Wow.
She got
Wait,
cast
you need
over
to
it.
you need to show us it. Like,
I have no idea what episode it is. I'd have to
awkward.
ask her, and I
Ask
don't
her.
even know if they actually aired it or not.
oh, awkward.
That's like my
You
mom.
got cut.
She was an extra and Leave It to Beaver, and they didn't even put her part in.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what happens in filmmaking.
John was an extra.
I was an extra.
And
I think
all-
everybody knows that by
Oh,
now.
no,
I
don't
think
say
we
I
talked
where it's
about
from
it.
though, because then they'll be able to see his face.
Well, I think we talked about it
Wow.
on stream though.
Yeah.
I think we did.
Well,
Yeah.
do
It's
the
okay, they'll find
research
it.
and find what episode of whatever that show is. Okay, Joey,
Yeah.
go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, we're gonna move on to our last thing of
Oh,
today's
yeah.
show. This is a question proposed by Garrick.
Mm-hmm.
How would you define celebrity?
Whatever
Example given.
Webster says. Oh.
Right, comparing
Oh,
movie
John freaking
celebrities
compared. Or ready?
to YouTube celebrities
So
or other forms
oh.
of celebrity, right?
So let me add a little premise to this because for some reason Jacksepticeye's interview of like Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie popped up on my recommended YouTube videos for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So and he was like starstruck by them, but if you look back at his at Jacksepticeye's celebrity, people can get starstruck by him as well, by YouTubers as well. And like at what level would they be compared to what would he be compared to like Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie? Is it the same? Do you get the same feeling of it? Like is fame the same and stuff like that? So I just want to discuss what you guys think of it.
I
a
say
celebrity.
yeah. I like anybody that has some notoriety or fame to a large audience of people. I'd say large over maybe 1 million. I don't know, maybe more than that. Someone that could walk down the street and be noticed by maybe 1 out of 10 people. I would consider a celebrity.
See, I feel like that's an incorrect notion of what celebrity is. I think celebrity is refined to being within bubbles, right? And
Yes.
Jacksepticeye is a celebrity in the YouTuber
YouTube
Let's Play
gamer.
bubble,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But he's not a celebrity in the larger mainstream pop culture bubble,
Yeah.
right?
Like going to
And if you get even down to a more small notion, right? You have celebrities within high schools,
yeah,
right?
That's
like
true.
like the track
the
star,
top
football.
yeah, the track star, like the football player who's really good is like a celebrity within that small bubble that is refined to that community, right? So, and you can even to some extent, if you want to break it all the way down, have like a celebrity in a friend group where there's kind of the one friend that like holds the group together, that is kind of like the leader, or that the other friends
glue.
look up to.
Glue. I love glue. Tastes good.
Elmer's.
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
explanation,
Go-
Joey.
But
Yeah,
even
no,
going
I do
to
too.
To your specific example, right? Somebody like Margot Robbie is a bigger celebrity than Jacksepticeye, right? Because she
Yeah.
exists
she's
in
an
a
A-list
larger
celebrity.
bubble.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that Jacksepticeye isn't a celebrity in his own right. He's just a smaller one because the bubble that he is within reaches a smaller amount of people.
Yeah,
That's
because
true.
even though he has like 25 million subscribers, that's still considered small compared to the movies that
Yeah.
Margot Robbie
Hit
makes.
billions of people.
How many people it reaches. So
That's
I mean, even
true.
going,
I mean, you could
to-
argue that the spears overlap too. Like PewDiePie's
Yeah.
been on the news many a time, so I'm sure he could be noticed by even people that don't watch YouTube or play games.
yeah. Because going to VidCon, just seeing all the different like kind of creators and YouTubers, I guess, like I've never heard of some of these guys, but they're like millions of subscribers. Like it's kind of creepy because they're like usually a lot of them are just like kids, just high school kids,
Yeah.
and just making content,
Like-
but they have such a big following. But I've
like
never heard of them
Logan
'cause-
Paul.
well, not even those guys. Like those guys are like big
They're still pretty
YouTubers 'cause
big.
they're big because you know the name.
What
but
was it?
I've
Yeah.
never
Ryan's
heard
World or whatever?
Ryan's
I-
Toys Review, right?
I
The
had
kid?
never heard of him before, and then
Oh, I've
our
heard of him. If
store
you're-
started carrying his shit, and
Okay,
I was like,
yeah.
"What the fuck is this?" And I realized it
Yeah.
was a YouTuber. I'm like, "Is this like a 7-year-old that's a YouTuber?"
Okay,
yeah,
boomer.
that's-
or
that-
whatever
that's
his
Call
name
it
is.
PJ.
Yeah, those stuff are like big like YouTube celebrities, but just seeing how far that goes, even like people that are into YouTube, I've never heard of any a lot of those people that are in the millions of subscribers.
Do they
it's
do they fall in
kinda
the same
crazy.
realm as like Honey Boo Boo?
Honey, oh, like a reality TV star? No,
Yeah.
That's just, like,
No, I
reality
don't really
TV.
think
But
so.
Honey Boo Boo is more of a meme.
She's not big. So how I would just my personal description of celebrity, I agree with Joey for the most case, but mine is more like the Hollywood definition of it is how bankable someone is.
That's true. So
So
their net worth.
I go with the the A, B, C, D, all the way down to the Z listing. It's like how much money
Yeah.
can this person bring, or how much it's going to cost you
If
to hire this
if
person.
this person is
Um,
associated with my project, how much more are they
Yeah.
going to bring to said project?
Exactly, and that's how I would
Yeah.
personally describe. If so, anyone can be it, but you're in the listing.
So
you know,
in
A
in
through
that
Z,
in
depending
that
on how much
realm
money.
of thought, like PewDiePie would still be at the bottom tier list
He would
of
be
a major celebrity.
He'd be like CD because I think he has a big draw. If you put his name on something, you probably get a large audience.
You
He's
could
not.
put
He's definitely
PewDiePie.
A-list.
You could put a PewDiePie into a movie and say that PewDiePie is in this movie, and children will go
Yeah,
see that.
that's why I'm
movie
saying he's probably
just
B
for
or
him.
C list.
Oh,
It's a
that's
celebrity.
true.
demographic.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
Well,
and then
even
oh god,
oh, go ahead. No,
You're
no,
fine.
No, go ahead.
I feel like I talk
jeez.
the most, so you go ahead. Your
So
insight.
go.
No, I was just gonna say, like I agree with Joey, but and I know this is like taboo for some people, John, but
What?
like on TikTok, there's a girl that has like 90 million followers, and
Oh, wow.
now she is in James Charles YouTube videos, and so that following got her more into because she wasn't doing YouTube before. She was literally just doing TikTok, but TikTok kind of put her into YouTube in a sense. So I think there's definitely.
So you think
like,
TikTok
levels
is
to
the
it.
step before YouTube, and then YouTube is to the big time?
No. I don't even know like what order you would put it in if you were to put it in an order, but
It kind of
I'm
makes
just saying
sense.
like following makes a big
Oh,
difference.
yeah.
And this girl's
cool.
only like 15 years old. She's got a makeup line. She works and hangs out with James Charles. Is really big on TikTok and now is getting bigger
Right.
on YouTube.
Yeah,
so
and
it's
that's
just, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the same thing as like how bankable it is. Like it's how many followings you have, so how much reach you have, and that's all can translate to money in the world of entertainment business.
That makes more
So-
sense as terms of like how to assimilate all those into a like understanding of how to combine celebrity definitions, because it's like what is a business going to look at? They're going to look at that. But like you also see celebrities from music or stuff, people that have been on the red carpet before going into the YouTube and Twitch realm now. Like we always talk about
Will
Panic at the
Smith.
Disco. What's his name?
Will,
Will
Will Smith.
yeah.
Yeah. We talk about
Yep.
him, how he streams on Twitch and he has a YouTube channel and everything like that. And like his celebrity in like the realm of Hollywood carries over there too.
Who,
And
Will Smith or Brendan Urie?
Brandon Urie. Will Smith too.
Oh,
Will Smith
well, Brendan
too,
Urie isn't Hollywood per se.
but he's been on the red carpet and
He's
stuff
just
like that.
famous musician, which is in of itself like rock stardom.
It's pop
That's
culture.
that's a craze kind of celebrity as well. So that's totally like,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just
like
at the same
celebrity,
level.
like his profession is like kind of
Yeah,
brings his celebrity
like people,
kind of status.
people faint over rock stars too, and celebrities alike too. Which is like what I wanted to ask, because Jacksepticeye asked Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie what do they do on their downtime just to kind of like feel like normal or just bring it back. And I think Brad Pitt's answer was pretty concise in saying that we're just normal people. We relax, chill with friends and stuff like that. And like, and just that answer, like even with Jacksepticeye being quote unquote starstruck, I guess he was, with these two celebrities. Like, I personally, it puts it in perspective that people put them on a high pedestal, like they are gods or something, and
Yeah.
they're not like us.
normal
So-
people.
And like to touch on that, I've always had a very cynical view of like celebrities and like people
oh
as
yeah,
a whole.
yeah, same
So
here.
it's like I don't care about celebrities
Yeah.
because they're A, people, and B, might not even be good people,
Right.
right? And like
Yeah.
that, it's a really dangerous realm to be in, a zone where like you idolize somebody because they have people who, like a lot of people that view them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And we've definitely seen, not to name any specific cases, but like over the years of like people who were thought of as like family friendly, good people who turn out to be like sexual predators and stuff like that. Right. So
Yeah.
it's like, I'm always super cynical of people in general,
yeah,
and especially celebrities, because they're in a position where they have power that they can use to abuse.
Right.
Yeah.
So, with that said, what are your, like, I guess Joey kind of answered his opinion of it, but what's your opinion of being starstruck, and have you ever had a time when you were starstruck by someone?
It's dumb, but like okay, I did singing covers for a brief period of time on Instagram, and like when I was doing my Don't Break the Chain challenge for Instagram, I was posting an art piece every day, and part of it was singing. I did a cover of Clay Aiken, and he responded to it and like appreciated that I did a cover of his song. And like most people don't even probably know who Clay Aiken is. He was the runner up in season 2 of what was it? What's the name of the show?
American
American
Idol.
Idol. Thank you. I wasn't a fan of the show, but I thought he was a great singer. He's a really nice guy. I appreciate him as a human being. But I wouldn't say I'm starstruck by him, but like just someone that's established, that's a decent human being, that's a good singer. Like you can't argue he's a good singer. So I appreciate him saying something to me. And to like someone that has 200 followers on Instagram, that doesn't mean shit. And he could basically just ignore me, but he went out of his way to say something to me. And I appreciate that. That's huge to me. But so it was
But
less
see,
him being a star, it's someone that like is good at what they do.
And this is a little bit of what I'm talking about. And I don't know very much about Clay Aiken, but like, I feel like you're conflating his like celebrity with him being a good person. And I feel like there's a notion to do that in general across like everybody,
because he
with
did
anybody
something
who's like
in general towards me that I appreciated. Or what do you mean?
Sure, yeah. And you can have that, I suppose, personal view from that like singular interaction.
Yeah.
But like you're making statements about his character in terms of things that don't directly relate to you. Or you're making broader statements about his character. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
And maybe I'm personally nitpicking a little too much, but like you don't know that he's a good person.
Right. No,
Like,
and I've definitely run into situations like that too. I had another
and
instance.
I'm not saying that Clay Aiken is a bad person.
He's hard.
But what I'm saying is celebrities have an outward appearance that they show to their fandom, and you don't know what they're like behind the scenes.
Right.
Until something comes out later about them.
The thing that I say
I have a funny
that information based off of is because like my mom and my aunt follow him, and he donates money a lot to people, and he's part of foundations, and he's that kind of stuff, because they're very into that. That's what I base my findings off of. But like the thing that really hit me, and I wouldn't even say much about him, but it's just the fact that he is willing to go out after a fan that's obviously passionate about the same thing that he's into, that he's already accomplished, and will say something. Maybe it wasn't even him. Maybe it was just someone running his Instagram. I don't know.
Well, as a devil's advocate to help Joey, there are some less than nice people that do donate to charities as well.
Right. So. It's a face, or it's to dodge taxes, or whatever the hell they're doing it for. I'm not saying like anything positive or negative about that.
It's nothing against Clay Aiken. Joey's just trying to say that like sometimes
don't
people
trust celebrities.
Impose their beliefs of what they think a celebrity is, and when in reality they're not. And Joey's just trying to say that's dangerous.
I try to
just using it as an example.
Right. And maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. I appreciate Clay Aiken for the fact that he sings and he's good at it. I appreciate him as a professional. And like that was the same thing whenever people would bash Michael Jackson for what he would do, like his private life. And it's just like that doesn't separate. Like, yeah, maybe he did horrible things. I don't fucking know. I have no proof of it. I appreciate his music because he was a fantastic singer that dedicated time to being precise and efficient with his methods.
And changed the music industry.
Right.
But
and
I agree with you with that.
And I like his music. I hate when people say, "Oh, I can't listen to his music because of what he did." It's just like, but that's his music. That's different.
But there's a time when you
can we talk about Chris Brown then? Just kidding.
No, Chris Brown just sucks.
Oh, true.
No, I'm kidding. Chris Brown is fine, but I don't like his music.
There's a time when like people start like calling you out for not caring about a celebrity's negatives. Right. When then they just say, "Oh, you're ignoring that part of them just because you like their music or just because you like their movies and stuff like that." And what is your opinion on that? Because that's
so it's like separating the art from the artist, or the artist.
I guess it depends. I mean, like they can still be very talented and amazing at what they do, and be a horrible person that did things that are proven. It's just like usually it's like those were allegations against him. Yeah, I know that they say like there's been, I guess,
well, not even that bad of it, but like that's the worst part. Like that's the worst that it could get, obviously. And yeah, you can just dump that person. I'm
right.
But there's some things that blur, some negatives of certain celebrities that blur the line a little bit, and that's where you start wondering.
Well, no, so then you separate the two things, and that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I'm not looking at Michael Jackson as a person. I'm looking at him from his career standpoint. He's a good singer. He was a good producer. He did things well. He knew how to catch people's attention. This is all him from the standpoint as Michael Jackson, the entertainer, performer, singer. And that's it. Everything else
Yeah.
that's behind him, like, that other stuff could be horrible. But I'm not looking at that. As a person that looks at technical singing, that enjoys like dissecting how people are doing things, it's amazing to me the things that he did.
Yeah,
And that's it.
And I agree with that too. But people would also say that you're employing volunteer ignorance, and you're supporting somebody who might have done bad things.
Oh no.
I
Well,
get
and I
told
think-
every day with Chris Brown.
I think that with Michael
That's-
Jackson, it's kind of dicey because he was never like properly
Yeah, like, there's
convicted.
no
Yeah.
actual
Right. That's
conviction.
another reason why I'm like, I don't know.
But like,
Yeah.
and isn't another thing because like I'm gonna be honest with you, Sarah. I'm on the opposite side of the Chris Brown thing. I don't think that he should have been able to continue producing music and being as
Yeah.
popular as he was.
Yeah.
And I respect
He
that.
beat Rihanna within an inch of her life and showed no remorse for it.
Yeah. Like you can,
And,
if you like his music,
um,
and so that he made great
and
music
yeah,
in the past,
and-
but garbage person.
Yeah, so that's the thing is like, sure, it's fine to listen to Chris Brown, right? If you like, he has some songs that are good and fun and catchy,
Bangers.
but like, don't idolize the dude.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I don't.
And
I,
you probably
I don't idolize him. I just
like,
his
well,
music.
there are people out there that do, right?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
Literally
definitely
faint.
at the time saw people on Twitter say stuff like, Chris
Like-
Brown could hit me all day and
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah,
like
that's-
that. And like,
Uh,
this is the
Hot.
trap. This is
Yeah.
the danger that I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
Right?
Yeah.
Just because they're famous and like popular doesn't mean that they're good for you or
Okay.
a good person in general.
right. And trust me, I'm not condoning any kind of violence. I totally don't think that what he did was right. I'm just putting that out there.
So we got Joey's opinion, which is celebrity can be dangerous if and PJ is celebrities okay because it's coming
I'm
from a
on-
technical standpoint, right?
Right. I feel like it's the same as
Um,
government,
Okay,
separation
so
of church and
let's
state.
let's get more on Sarah and John's opinion.
Oh,
What is your
wow.
opinion on
So
being starstruck? And if you need to, you can tell, or if you have an example of you being starstruck, go ahead.
So?
John, do you want to go first?
My answer is no. I've never been starstruck. My earliest memory of like interacting with like celebrities or like famous people is my mom like shoving me in front of the line of people trying to get autographs and making me get autographs. So I've always hated the idea of that.
Yeah, crowds and all that.
Crowds and that, and just I don't know. And also having worked with a couple like industry like movie people and then a lot of YouTubers, it's like they're just normal people. And it's like I don't
Yeah.
like I
Whoa.
get why people kind of worship them. It's kind of gross to me, but
kinda
I just see him.
Wait.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait,
but
so that's
it's-
happened at VidCon, John? Have you witnessed that where people just like freaking faint
Oh,
over YouTubers?
oh yeah, but people crying like when they like I can't believe I'm
Uh-huh.
meeting you and just bursting out in tears. I'm like, wow, that's a. I mean, I understand that these people are like part of their lives and that stuff like that. But it's kind of crazy seeing it in person. But then these people, the celebrities, quote unquote celebrities or YouTubers, like they're just normal people. I mean, it's
Yeah.
amazing that these
Yeah.
content creators could make such a big difference in other people's lives. But it's mind boggling. Like for me,
Yeah.
that I don't really see them as any higher.
I wonder if that's like
Yeah.
an addictive attitude that people have.
I don't
Oh,
know. Because,
sure.
yeah, I was going to say, like, I couldn't imagine putting that much of, like my own personal stock in somebody else's life who
Yeah.
doesn't know about me and doesn't care about me.
Justin
Right.
Bieber.
You know what I mean?
But
We don't talk about the
So-
Beatles
Justin
on
Bieber
this.
cares
So,
about
John-
me. Yeah.
So, John, you
Yeah.
feel YouTubers are kind of like your equal and they're just normal people. Have you ever
Yeah.
felt
'Cause every time,
Just
starstruck
make way more
from
money than me.
like?
Oh yeah, pretty much. It's like these people
Have
make
you
more
ever
money. It's like just
have
like the guy across the street. He makes more money than me.
Have you ever felt starstruck
I don't-
from like a director or something?
so
because
like
of
the
their
only
art?
one really like as a kid, like Spielberg was like a big, I mean, it's your stereotypical big director kind of, inspiration.
You're
But
inspired
I
by
don't
his
know.
technical
Yeah.
know-how
So that's
and
the thing about me. It's
his
like
style.
it's like I want to be remembered not by the person I am, but the work I create.
Right.
That's the type of person I am. So I don't really correlate. It's very easy for me to detach the artist from the art because I'm more interested in art.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I don't care about the person or the celebrity, just because that's just not the way I'm wired. Or something happened, but I don't care about the
that
person.
gets very existential because it's like the artist can be imperfect, but the art can always be looked at as perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I that's my kind of philosophy. Like humans are flawed. It's like there's never going to be perfection in humanity, but I feel like you can create perfection or at least get close to it through art or just creating things or doing something. So yeah, that's why I've just never viewed celebrities as a because I mean it makes sense that some people are celebrities because they do really they're professionals. That they're celebrated for their profession, but then you have other ones who are just reality TV, like what the reality TV stars
like
bring to the
Kardashians
world,
or something.
right? Yeah.
Oh God,
So I don't understand.
I
that.
don't understand the idolization of that.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, go ahead.
No offense, we love you, Kardashians, for who you are. But, oh
We love
God.
you for who
But
you
what
are.
did you really
Big booties and
do?
all.
Yeah, what did you really do? Make a sex tape?
Oh no, we're not talking about this. It's a different discussion.
So I actually have an experience where I met someone famous, and I was 14 or 15 at the time. So of course I was starstruck. But he was, well, he is a country singer, Dirk Bentley. I was visiting my grandma in Kentucky, and to get to where my grandma lived, you had to fly into Nashville. And the night before we were supposed to go out, my mom and we call him Pop went out to a bar where my grandma stayed in the hotel room with my sisters and I. And my mom comes running back into the hotel room at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and she's like, "I just met Dirk Bentley," and me and my sisters were like, "No," and my mom had him sign little pieces of paper for us. Um, but fast forward to the next day, we're getting ready to leave, and this old white pickup truck pulls up to the airport, and my mom sees it and goes, "Oh my God, that's Dirk's! Like he's in the truck, like dropping off someone." And me and my sisters were like, "No, this is so embarrassing," but like we wanted to meet him, you know. And so my mom ran out to his truck.
Oh, my hair.
But
Oh,
my
God.
mom ran out there and knocked on his truck window.
Oh no.
And was like, "Hey, Dirk, do you remember me?" And he
no.
did,
Okay.
thankfully. And she told him, "Oh, my girls are inside. Can they come out and meet you?" And he said, "Yeah." And so my mom comes in, and I'm like dying of
Reluctantly said
embarrassment.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I'm dying of embarrassment, but at the same time, like I'm fangirling,
Right.
Or I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like I really do want to meet him," because he was really big at the time. He still is pretty big, but he was super big at the time. And so I go out there, like I'm walking out there, and I'm imagining I'm gonna be seeing this like clean cut guy that I see in his music videos. And
Wow.
I walk out there, and he's got this, like he's in dirty jeans and a shirt, and he's got a long beard. Looks raggy as hell, but it was really cool. We met him, and he just like he was talking to us, asking us where we're from, and just asking us questions like that. And he was really chill and down to earth. And we took a picture with him, which is
Oh,
kind
wow.
of But of course, it was my mom. My mom
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, let's take a picture." And I'm like, "Oh God, Mom, no."
Yeah.
Just let the poor guy like go
Oh,
on his
man.
way.
Poor,
Yeah.
yeah, poor
But
The-
Everybody.
Everybody.
He was
Okay.
fine though.
Yeah.
But so I guess for me, like, I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, just because someone is
I
a
feel
celebrity and
like
they have good art doesn't mean that they're necessarily a good person.
right.
But in this case, like when I met Dirks, he did genuinely seem like a really nice guy and down to earth. And we ended up seeing him in concert that
Wow.
year too.
I feel like
Nice.
you're the most susceptible out of all of us to be like a starstruck moment, though, just because I think your family's like that.
That story that story kind of reminds me of I was invited to Bill Nye documentary, and he was there, and afterwards we got to go to the bar with him, and so we had a kind of taped off section of the bar just for the people that were invited to the
After
what is it called, after party of it, yeah.
After party.
And Bill Nye, he's like, it's if you see him, it's like he's exactly how he was on TV, bow tie and everything. He was like talking to us, and again, it's taped off. You see these two like the broiest looking guys, like come up like, bro, it's freaking Bill Nye. I gotta get a photo, man. And you see like Bill just turn his head like opposite direction to talk to the person next to him, just so he doesn't have to face him. I felt like embarrassed for the guy, for the bros.
Yeah.
Just because
They just got ghosted.
Yeah, they definitely weren't like
Got stood
it's
up.
Like, they weren't the type of people that would be interested in Bill Nye. They just knew him
Knew who he
from
was.
childhood.
Like he's a famous person.
Yeah, he's a famous person, and that was the vibe they were giving, and I felt like
Yeah.
so embarrassed because like Bill was just like, "Oh no, I don't want to deal
I
with
want to
this."
relax. I've done this
Yeah,
all day
'cause
already.
How do I communicate with these simpletons?
Yeah, he's
Leave me
literally, like,
alone.
on the couch, drinking. I think it was like a martini or something, and he's just trying to have a good time, talking to people with similar interests and stuff. But these guys are just like,
That's
I think they
rough.
eventually got security.
What's
to
your
kinda, like,
favorite football team?
Yeah, and it was. I think there was like a private party sign and stuff like that. So it's like these guys just saw him out of the distance. And, like,
Golly.
I was like, oh man, that's so cringy.
So
But it's
that's something I want to riff off of, because when I was young, when my family and I went to the Philippines, we went to a show that's really popular, a live show that was really popular in the Philippines, and they have all their movie celebrities that just hang out. It's basically a talk show / variety show / game show kind of thing. And at the end, my mom was like wanting me to like meet some of these people and some of the models and stuff who are also famous and stuff, and just to get a signature or a photo, selfie or something. But like I'm like, I don't understand, like I don't know these people,
Yeah.
and like I have no stake in them, and like and I think that kind of carried over to me when it comes to like our celebrities that like Hollywood celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're just normal people to me, and like I'm not invested in it, and more so I feel like I'm an inconvenience if I put myself in their shoes.
Yeah.
Like, not that I'll be at their level of stardom, I just would want one less person to bother me,
Right.
essentially.
It's like I imagine being Bill. Like I'm at the bar with my friends. I just want to talk to my friends, and then these guys interrupt. Like that's just I don't know, it's just
I'm
weird.
always torn, because sometimes I respect a celebrity and what they do because of, like PJ said, they're technical and the art that they offer and stuff. But at the same time, I just want to be courteous of them.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
and I think there's a time to meet people
Like-
like that too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
just like with anything, there's a time to talk to someone, a stranger.
But
There's the time to
also
talk to-
like I always weigh the fact: do I want proof by taking a photo or an autograph or something, or do I just want to be that one fan that appreciates them from a
Yeah.
distance and personally knows
Feel
them?
bad now.
Oh, that's
I'm
like,
sorry,
have
Dirk.
you seen those YouTube videos where like the people pretend like they get groups of their friends to chase them, like, oh my god, can I have your autograph? And then random strangers start coming up just to get the autograph, just in case,
Yeah.
Who's that?
just in
Yeah.
case they
Yeah.
find out who that person was.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah, celebrity culture's like worship is so weird.
But Sarah,
Like
to
with
each
my-
their own, okay? To each their own.
Yeah.
I had
just-
no control.
Just
makes you
know I
happy.
won't be the one, because I do have, like, I guess I would be a social mentality too, a social issue or something for me personally, like a fear.
Yeah, I don't
or
like
something.
social interaction either, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, the less the better.
Yeah.
So even if you're a celebrity, hey, how's it going? Good job with that movie. Bye.
See, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna do, but then my mom's like, "Oh, take a
Yeah.
picture."
Yeah.
I think for appreciation, like some people aren't like that at all, but I think there are some celebrities that are kind of like they hear someone from the distance going like, "Oh, I loved you in that," and then they just smile and they wave, and that's
Yeah.
it. Like,
But
I
Yeah.
think that's more
that being-
appropriate.
that being said, if it's appropriate time to do it, don't be afraid to ask if you want a picture
That
or
is true.
autograph.
Right.
And if they
Because,
say it,
I've-
oh, go ahead.
Because I've been in multiple situations where just fans hover around these YouTubers, and they told me like personally like I just wish they get it over with and just like come up and just talk to me instead of just hover over and just
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah.
act
'Cause that's
awkwardly
creepy.
around them.
Someone
Yeah, it's like
just
kind of
standing
creepy.
from the corner.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And also, and if they say no, don't take it personally
chill
with it.
because
Yeah,
it's just not the
respect
time.
it.
not a
it's
good
just not the time.
time, or you could be like, I believe, was it Donald Glover or someone that just says no matter what, no signatures or anything, but you could take
Yeah.
a photo or something.
Yeah, I think that's Danny
Yeah.
Glover.
Well, because
Something
he
like that.
assumes that people are gonna monetize it, probably, and it's like,
Oh yeah,
Not only
yeah.
that, you have to think too. Like if they're saying no, I'm sure they're appreciative that you even asked.
Yeah.
You know, so you have to think of it like that too. Like, yeah, they're saying no, but you're probably that one person that is actually asking, where
I don't
that'll
know.
make them happy.
I look at it the same way as my job. Once my lanyard's off at work, or the name tag or whatever you want to call it, that I'm off the clock, and that's the
Yeah.
thing for them. If they're
Yeah.
not at a book signing or they're not in a line trying to say hi to people,
Yeah.
they're not on the clock.
But the problem is, people take it personally, and they'll say, "Oh my god, this
How
person was such a
rude.
bitch."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
like
I get it.
no, bruh, just wrong time.
Yeah.
Joey went completely quiet. He's like, I hate this shit.
I'm done with celebrities.
Are you guys ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
We've been on for a while
let's,
now.
let's drive.
Before we go, what's going on over on the YouTube?
Same old for this month. It is going to be Halloween specials. We just posted
Wow.
another Halloween special yesterday
Check it out.
of World War Z with me, Garrick, and John.
Oh yeah,
We
much better than Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, we talked
Uh-huh.
about the differences and what we liked about it.
Did we?
And then we have this episode of the podcast every Wednesday, obviously, and it's also available on all major podcasting directories if you're not listening
Directly.
to it on YouTube already.
YouTube.
Thursday will be another Modern Warfare campaign episode with
Oh,
me, Sarah,
wow.
and John, and then Sunday will be another dub with Garrick.
Wow, so much
Well,
Call of
it's
Duty.
all of us
Love
are in it. Oh, PJ, and John, and Garrett.
Huh? Yes.
Huh?
Thank you.
What? Oh
It's
yeah,
not just Derek in it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting. It's the same content every week, so I keep forgetting to like mention. Oh, it's us three. But yeah, and then how about for you, John, on your Twitch? What else is going on?
Oh
this week?
wow! Do you know it's just Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays? We're playing pirate stuff on Wednesday, and it's
Wow.
spoopy. We got a couple more. It's just a couple more weeks of spoopy Friday or Freaky Friday.
Freaky
So,
Friday
yeah.
sounds a little bit
Fun,
different.
fun.
Oh yeah.
Freaky Friday.
It's
Fri-
only
Fri-
gonna,
oh, it was frightening. Sorry, it was frightening Fridays.
That's better.
Frightening,
or Fatoween or
Fatoween. Halloween
Halloween.
Fridays.
Peopleween.
People
It was a Peopleween.
People win.
Yeah.
I have not kept that up.
whatever. it
Yeah,
is,
me either.
It's there. We'll
Okay.
be
It's
there.
only gonna get even more spoopy as the days draw nearer to
Spoopy.
Halloween. So stay
Alright.
tuned, y'all.
Oh, next Monday, which is time. Monday, the 26th of October 2020, will be our Minecraft Spoopy special, Halloween special.
Ooh.
Okay, that's all.
So make
That's
sure
what
you
I
have
have.
one.
Amazing.
If you're not, you're square. Okay. Bye.
All right, yeah, that's going to do it
Bye.
for us here on the Phat Peeps podcast. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Moist
Bye.
bye.
Moist.
Give me that sick song, Timmy.
Timmy.
Gimme.